Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEL0320 representing JVS. It's your boy, Joe Johnson, 030. Did I get that right? Yeah. So we're reviewing now episodes 4 and 5 of Jessica Jones. Episode 4 is named 99 Friends. Episode 5 is The Sandwich Saved Me. What did we think about episode 4? To say the least, I mean, it was really surprising. The ending was probably one of the most well-written parts of this whole entire story, because we've seen like Jessica and her relationship with her neighbor Malcolm, and Malcolm is a junkie, but we never knew anything about his backstory. In The Sandwich That Saved Me, or episode 5, you find out what that backstory was. But in this episode, it was like when it's unveiled that he's the one that was taking all those pictures, it was really hit home, because it emotionally affected her, because it's somebody she really cared about. Not just that, the crazy thing is the situation with the cop and Trish. What did you think about that anyway?
I seen it coming. I knew it was gonna happen. I mean, the cop he's actually like pretty cool, good guy. He's a good guy, you know.
Yeah, I mean he is. I feel as though, like I said in the reviews before, is that anybody that's been manipulated by Kilgrave, they are affected forever, essentially. And in this episode, Hogarth had gotten a whole group of the different individuals that supposedly are being manipulated by Kilgrave, and they developed this group and whatnot, and they interview each one, and Jessica realized that these might actually be really the people that are having these situations that happen to them. And when she goes to the meeting, that's when she found out about Malcolm, because he gave away about the guy with the scarf and everything, because one of the guys had said that he was literally with his son, and he basically was told to leave his son on the curb, and drove away with this man for weeks. He lost his wife, and Jessica just happened to go into the meeting and saw that. But it was like, when I think about the whole thing about every single person, they are affected no matter what, even if it was just for a single period of time. But in the long term residuals, it's like it's always there in the back of your mind. I think Jessica has said in the beginning of that episode, when I think Trish was talking to her, Trish was like he's not here right now, you know. He's not always gonna be affecting you, but she was like, he's always here. And I love that aspect about it, because it's not just given on the fact of real abuse, like social abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. Those resonate with people's psyche. They psychologically change them and imbalance them. And anybody that has something like this level, that's off the charts. So when I was thinking about the effects that happened with Malcolm, when I thought about like the cop, I feel like the cop is still messed up. Not just that, we don't know what the cop's backstory is. All we know is we found out he has involved with black ops, and like he's a cop, but like why has he been a cop this whole entire time, you know? And so I like that part about the episode. That reveal made it a 9 out of 10 for me. I actually really like that episode. Any thoughts you think about the 4th episode other than that?
I think you covered everything.
Okay. So you want to segue, or what did you give it for a number for that one?
This episode I'd give it a 9.
Episode 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so episode 5, it takes place like, it starts off with 18 months ago with Jessica kind of like in an office desk or whatever. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because like seeing her kind of like social, even though she's still kind of emo-ish and in her own way, she's still really social, and like she smiles, and it's different. It really is a lot different. What did you think about this episode?
I thought it was a good episode because Because, I mean, you definitely didn't see that side of her before. That's the first time you get a glimpse of
who she was.
And not only that, but also her neighbor, got a glimpse of who he was.
Yeah.
So, and that just shows you the level of, impact that, Kilgrave had on these characters.
Yeah.
So that was good. I like the pacing of it. I like the interaction between Jessica and pretty much the cop, because they have they kind of have this respect for one another, but at the same time they don't get along. They have different ideals and different methods of doing things. And, actually, the cop, they had this interesting scene where they were talking to each other. They couldn't hear one another, but they was talking through soundproof glass.
Yeah.
And they were just saying out loud what they thought about that person, and they had some interesting views about one another.
Yeah.
The cop, he had mentioned something very interesting. He was like, "You think you're a hero, but just because you have this power, I've seen real heroes,
Yeah.
And then she was, I forgot what she said, to be honest with you. I think that was a good part of the episode. I like how the planning to confront Kilgrave in this episode took place, because I think I like when TV shows mention or TV shows or story or plot, whatever, mention how a plan could go wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's realistic.
It's real stakes involved.
Hey,
you really felt it.
We need, you know what I'm saying? We need to think this through. And, or why do we need to handle this at this time? Why we need to rush it at this time?
Yeah.
So the stakes are mentioned, and also what could possibly go wrong? Because as a viewer, you're always going to ask that question.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's good that they address those realistically.
Yeah, because even with that, the plan went wrong because Kilgrave had his own company in his back pocket. These dudes weren't even manipulated; they were just protecting their asset. And
I never would have thought.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that.
Yeah, it's funny because you get to see a little bit about the cop, when he was kind of interrogating that guy. But the thing that got me was the end of the episode when they actually did nab Kilgrave and they had him, and then when he woke up and I looked at him looking at himself in the mirror, I was like, this dude is psychologically imbalanced. He's not just got inferiority complex. He is messed up in the head. I was like, if he takes offense for somebody saying something to him over there that he just heard, then he looks and sees something on himself, he's gonna want to control. He's gonna have this need to control. It's almost like an addiction. So when he was looking at himself, I was like, he's gonna make a call. And so sure enough, he called Jessica straight up from her phone. So he could have done that any time. He could have actually went to her door by now. He's just messing with her. And basically, he's manipulating her to give him pictures, like Malcolm's been doing. So sending him a picture message each time. But it was it was so interesting is that you get to see the backstory of Malcolm and Jessica, that her first real save, kind of starting to be a hero, was saving Malcolm. And if she had not done that, she would have never gotten under the manipulation of Kilgrave. So literally, even though it seems like she really loves Malcolm, it's he was a cause of that. You know what I'm saying? If she didn't save him, she just walked away, that would have never happened. And that adds a whole different level of dimension to them, because when he was going through withdrawals and she had him in the bathroom, she said to him, she was like, for once, why don't you help me? And I thought that was really interesting, because he had said that before the flashback happened, he was like, you can't save me again. And so even though she had said to him, I think it was dialogues that even though, yeah, I can't really save you, there's a part of the back of my brain that even though when I was controlled, I was still fighting. I had to fight every single day. But if you lose, if you miss, then I lose. And I thought that was really good dynamics between them. It was really good dialogue. It was really heartfelt. So I like that part. The only thing I didn't like was that Trish was acting like a little girl, which, she hasn't gotten there yet. She's gonna get there. But it was that one thing, her getting,
she got tased.
Yeah, but everybody got tased.
But I mean, in her defense, being tased and passing out, that's kind of normal.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, not just that. Did she get knocked out and tased? I don't remember if he hit through the...
I mean, I was just happy she, you know what I'm saying, she drove. She got out, you know what I'm saying? She's trying.
She is.
You know what I'm saying? She's not a coward. So...
Oh, that freaking Easter egg, Captain America running, and Joey said there was a little black kid running after him. That was the Falcon. I thought that was really cute. I actually like that because that was the first time. That's the first time they actually had like somebody in the suit. You know, they've talked around the heroes, but it's the first time they actually showed them. And I wouldn't be surprised if Daredevil's gonna show up really soon as well. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to look at the next episode. I really like this episode. I get this on 9.5 out of 10. Will you get this as far as a number?
I liked it. I could probably give this one a 9 as well.
Alright.
Solid 9s, everybody.
So that is our review for these two episodes, episode 4 and 5. 99 Friends, and the sandwich saved me. Alright, y'all. Stay blessed. Keep it locked. We're gonna look at 2 more episodes and we're going to sleep. Peace.
I'm going to sleep right now.
Bang.